salutations and welcome one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to our running of the Ruby Pheonix in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Now, for those of you who know about Pathfinder a little bit, the Ruby Pheonix tournament is a level 11 adventure for a group of heroes looking to participate in a martial art tournament that is set in the world of Galarion, which is the home setting of Paizo. Now, we aren't starting at the start of the adventure, we're starting at level 1, because I love level 1, and our heroes are on a pre-adventure quest to try and find several elemental scrolls belonging to several elemental masters to improve themselves, learn some martial arts before the events of said adventure. Joining me today, of course, are my wonderful Patreons who support the channel and allow us to do all the cool and amazing stuff. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. How you all doing?
Hello.
Doing good.
Hey. Doing all right.
Fantastic. Now, in the spirit of me apologizing for taking so much time in the green room, I am going to speed run everyone's character introduction so that we can get started straight away. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, allow me to present to you none other than the delightful Nick playing the role of Hatsune. Hatsune is a dwarven sumo wrestler ailing from the town of Goka. In her company is the grizzly bear Bo, who is a fellow sumo that trains at a small and unassuming academy which only has 2 students. The reason for it is that most sumo wrestlers are of the male gender, and Hatsune and Bo wish to challenge these normal ideals with the help of their master. She currently is journeying with this group of people after very, very sadly being tricked from her debut sumo match to an underground fighting arena that has now led to them fleeing the town of Goka from a group of Oni. Next up, we have Rick playing the role of Liu, the Tengu monk, master of the Drunken Fist. Now, Liu was not always a master of the Drunken Fist, but once upon a time was actually a reputable individual with a very, very heavy foot in martial arts. But things went horribly wrong for Liu as he eventually took to the drink and became a vagabond and vagrant. He too is fleeing from the Oni, from the fighting pits, in hopes of not just looking after himself, but those who have taken care of him in the city for many years. Next up, we have Kaito, a kitsune sorcerer of water and a user of yokai spirits that are, of course, in tune with the water of nature. Kaito himself used to work for the Onis in the underworld, gathering fighters for the fighting pits, but it was quickly discovered that Kaito was not very good at that job, and the Oni wanted to make an example of him. Kaito has a mysterious past, being an orphan and being raised by one of the elemental masters, the Master of Earth, a person by the name of Yan Li. Yan Li is the one who provided our group with the elemental scrolls and sent them on their way. The person playing this delightful character is none other than our dear friend Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hello.
And pulling us up to our next character is, of course, Captain Malek of the channel, Captain Malek, or Edward as we like to know him, who is playing the Barbarian Taisho, an Oni who worked directly underneath the Oni daimyo, who believes himself to have been betrayed by former comrades and allies, chased out and driven to the wilds. He is on a kind of spiritual journey in a way, as the Oni are corrupted spirits of nature, and he's found himself confronted with a number of different things. The element from which he was forged, Onis that have given up their ways of destruction and evil, as well as the opportunity to perhaps learn and grow and one day rid himself of the fires of rage within him. Lastly, but not leastly, we have, from Immersion Diversion, the wonderful Neil, playing the role of Tamaki, the elven investigator, son to the magistrate of Goka, and a rising heir to the nation, as he has been on a quest to try and learn how to better handle power and authority. Tamaki has definitely proven his inexperience time and time again, starting street brawls and getting people into trouble and doing a bunch of stuff. But he has surreptitiously blended into this group in order to try and bring an end to the Oni daimyo, in order to appeal to his father and prove that he is capable of his station. And yeah, that is our group. Did I forget anything?
No.
I think so.
Fantastic.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, the sponsors. Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have several sponsors for the channel, as you guys know. Our sponsors for today are, of course, Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks you can see, Fantasygrams for the VTT, and, of course, the wonderful sounds of our audio come courtesy of Sirenscape. There you go.
Nice.
So, yes, thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. Now, in addition, guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining the channel, then you know more than anyone that if you are here watching, you are not just an audience member, you are behind the GM screen, and there are a number of ways that you can interact with the game, including, of course, our channel points, and, of course, dun-da-da-da, bam, donations. By continuing to support the channel, you can influence the game in a number of wonderful and fruitful ways. For $5, you can award a hero point or a jinx point, which gives the players a permanent boost that will allow them to reroll dice, petition the GM, stave off death. Not saying anything, but Kaito could definitely use one of those. We also have our $20 donation, which is a natural... Oh, sorry, $10 donation, which is a Wheel of Woe, which means the situation turns in or against our player's favor. $20 is a natural 20, where... you know, they get a natural 20. And, of course, for $50, we create a custom magic item, buff one of the encounters that they are currently facing, or create an NPC that gets thrown into the mix. And for $100, we enter into TPK mode, where we drop something big, something scary, something terrifying onto the group, and they have to most likely try and run away. I like how the keyword there is try. Look, don't blame me. You can blame Australis for that one. That's been the new demand. Has been the I want to drop a CR-17. How do I do that? And I'm like, you can't. And they're like, but how much if it happened? And I'm like,
what if I donate $100?
You know what? $100. And then they were like,
Michael's like,
wait. But don't worry. Anyone who knows me knows that I am far more creative than to simply rocks fall my players. But just FYI, you know.
Yes, this is true.
All right. So, without any further ado,
it's not just for Christmas, Tron.
It's not just. All right.
Thanks, Mac.
Now, our adventure continues. High in the mountains of the Dragon's Peaks, where our heroes, Hatsune, Liu, Kaito, Taisho, and Tamaki, are making their way towards the Dragon Temple. However, along the way, a battle ensued with several Void Yai, spirits that are evil earth spirits that exploded the side of the mountain range during their battle against our heroes. Large fists collided with stone, causing an avalanche to rocket down towards our unsuspecting heroes. Kaito and Tamaki were unfortunately caught within the falling deluge of stone and rock. Tamaki having managed to sneak into a crevice before getting crushed. However, Kaito not being quite so fortunate. Which, of course, brings me to...
Yeah, wearing a mountain like a hat is not a good fashion choice.
No, definitely not.
Also, eating something that you don't know anything about is also not a good idea either.
Oh yeah, because that happened. Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right. So
Taisho be not doing anything.
So our scene commences with Liu, Taisho, you standing at the top of the stairs and looking down at the pile of rubble where Kaito and Tamaki were standing. What do you guys do?
Taisho doesn't do anything because he's catatonic right now.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, he's still kind of does
Taisho-
that.
Taisho has,
Ryu's kind of by himself
incapacitated
at this
friends.
I
moment.
think Lou was hanging on to Taisho.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Liu is just, well, he's deafened and in a state of slight shock because just the tons of rock have made such a noise and commotion coming down the hillside. He's sort of checking himself over to go, I'm okay. I didn't get hit. Oh my goodness, what now?
Ow, my hand's still broken.
Running down,
Yeah.
running down the side of the mountain, Hatsune and Bo come barreling down from further up ahead along the path. They had heard the sounds of the landslide, and having gone ahead a little bit, Bo seemed concerned. The two of them have quickly make their way winding back down. About it takes them about 5-10 minutes to get down to the path where Liu happens to be. Liu, you place Taisho down. And that is when Hatsune walks into the scene, looking at Liu, with the unconscious Taisho. No sign of Tamaki or Kaito.
What happened? What was that noise? Sounded like an avalanche or something.
Well, it
Um,
was. It was.
where are the
Oh,
others?
Hatsune Bo, I'm so pleased to see you. We're in such a mess. Taisho, there was a fight. Two Oni, I don't know what sort, but dangerous creatures. We saw them off. They left behind a substance, some little pearl thing, and Taisho took him upon himself to eat it, and he's out, and Tamaki's behind that rock wall somewhere, and Kaito, no idea where Kaito is.
Oh my goodness. I can't leave you boys alone at all, can I? Yeah.
Well, you see, I'd argue about that, but the answer is probably not. I need to go see if I can find Kaito. He was on the path. He's in real danger. There's a crevice back there somewhere. I saw it just for a moment before the rocks fell. Tamaki might have made it to safety.
Okay. So where was he when you last saw him?
Tamaki,
Liu makes
inside the crevice.
Liu makes his way slightly down the steps and towards the location where he last saw Kaito and Tamaki. The entire road has been clogged up with large stones, each one of which about the size of Liu and Hatsune, some even as big as Bo. Meanwhile, deep within the rocky crevice, a pool of red starts to grow from underneath a pile of rocks. Kaito, your head throbs and aches. You hear the sound of your heartbeat in your ear. There's a sharp pain in one of your legs. You open your eyes and see that it is very bright. A blue light shines from all around you. And you can see a tiny fox standing next to you and a shield of water, very barely narrowly keeping at bay the large stones that hang over you. Blood pours from a wound on your head, and you're fairly confident your leg is broken.
Oh, I test out my voice to see, if I can project it at all, or if it's kind of choked up from all the dust.
All right, make it just a straight up Constitution check. This is just to measure your ability to exhale.
Oof.
Unfortunately, with the little air that is here and your exhaustion from having been caught up in everything, your voice is very weak, and you can hear it in your voice as well. It's not that you have yelled out and no one can hear you. It's that as you try,
you can't get anything out. Well, I'll try to maybe try using just like a cantrip, just so I don't use up any actual spell slots to do this. But just try spraying water outside of a crack, so if anyone's up above, they can at least see the spurts, and then maybe they can help pull me out.
All
Instead
right.
of blood, it's water.
You spray out a piece of like water through what you can see to be one of the cracks in the hull. I need you to roll a percentage,
Percentage? Sure.
and you want to roll low.
I forgot, how do you grab the 2 again?
Oh,
Just
right click on the
right-click on
D10
the-
and you go to the
yeah.
percentage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the right click. Yeah, there we go. You said low?
Yeah, I said low. Okay. As you spray the water up, it comes immediately back down. The way is sealed.
All right. I will try to just like arm over arm as best as I can, like crawl my way out.
Oh, when I said sealed,
Oh,
I mean you're in a
it's-
dome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't get out.
Oh.
Yeah. Basically, the only thing stopping the rocks from falling completely and crushing you is the shield that the spirit is holding up.
And there's rocks just like all around me, or is there like an
Mhm.
open?
And you
Oh,
hear
no.
the sounds of the rocks shifting. They have not yet settled.
I don't know. I can't get out of here if there's a shield. But if I get rid of the shield, then they'll crash.
With this dilemma, you see sweat kind of gathering on your nose because you're a kitsune and that's where it happens.
Yeah.
As it does so, we return to Tamaki.
Oh,
Tamaki.
gosh. It's terrifying.
You find yourself in a deep, dark cavern. All right, let me get this up real quick. There we go. All right, sweet. There we go, and boop. Beautiful.
Oh.
Oh,
All right, and let me share that with my player. Now, you can definitely hear the noises around you. The dripping of water from somewhere up ahead. The dark cavern that's completely around you, devoid of light. You see maybe a few small, very thin streams of light coming from the rocky wall that now faces you. The ceiling here is impossible to say as the darkness envelops you.
I'm gonna turn around and try shoulder checking the rocks. See if I can move them.
Okay, roll a d4.
D4.
All right.
so many bones you break.
You move and you shoulder check a wall, but it's a solid wall. You're kind of confused for a moment, and then you realize that's probably not the wall of stone you've probably checked. But again, it is so dark you can't see anything.
Shoot. Do I have anything on me that I can?
Walk us through the interior of Tamaki's thought process.
Tamaki's trying to. He's just thinking. I need to find a light source, so I could see in the wall that I came from, possibly.
All right, and what is Tamaki doing? Rummaging through his bag and inventory, maybe?
Yeah, that's
There you
how I'm
go.
actually looking in my inventory.
There you go. Yeah, that's what you do. So describe what you're doing. Yeah.
I kind of looked through my bag to see if I could find anything. I don't seem to be.
What do you find?
I mean, I still have that eagle eye elixir that I had active from before.
Well, you feel a potion bottle
But-
because you can't see what's written on it.
No, I mean, from before I entered, I drank the potion.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it
But that's not
lasts-
going to help you in darkness.
Oh, true. All right.
Oh,
I don't do. I'm looking for like a light source. I have chalk. I've got.
Shock, the greatest
No,
of light
shut up.
sources.
I've got a writing set. I've got A signal. Oh, I've got my signal whistle. I take out the signal whistle and I blow as hard as I can.
Okay.
See if they can maybe hear me in here.
Meanwhile, back on the mountain.
Signal.
Back on the mountain, our heroes Hatsune, Liu, and Taisho, you're beginning to come to around about now as well. As you are heading down, you hear the sounds of a faint whistling coming from underneath the rubble.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard something. At this point, Liu has moved out onto the rock face. He's sort of crouching, almost like a bird roosting on a branch on top of a boulder, and sort of feeling his way along, head cocked to one side as he listens.
Is the noise continuing?
That also feel loud. Oh, no.
Tamaki, do you continue to blow, or are you just doing one burst?
I do one burst, but then I'll take the morning star that I got from that creature from before. I'm just gonna start smacking things, see if they can hear.
Yeah, they wouldn't hear that, but that's fine. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying.
You only heard it once.
So.
There was something. Maybe a whistle?
Maybe. Where was the crack? Did you say he disappeared into? Crevice?
Liu will point towards the rock wall on the north side of the path.
Michael, can you describe it since I missed what it looked like last week?
The path is a winding path that zigzags and serpentines down past the mountain towards the back towards the original shrine to Shizuru that you came from. As the path serpentines, one of the bends that starts going right and then veers left at that cul-de-sac kind of turn, a cliff face towards the northern side of that pathway. That's where the crack happened to have been. You are currently almost all the way on the other side of where that serpentine twists back around as you sort of come around and come down there. I think I still have the map, but I need to pull it up.
That's
I
okay.
need to figure out where to pull it up.
If that was Tamaki just now, then he
Here we go.
probably safe within the crack for the moment.
Okay.
But
Oh yeah, there it is.
we will need to explore and dig him out. But I'm worried that if we move the rocks, the rest of the slope above it may still be unstable. I'd really like to find Kaito. I'm worried about him.
Yeah, that's fair enough. The other problem is, of course, that I'm no rock expert, though probably in this group I am.
That goes with the territory.
It does, but I'm not sure if it was a rock fall. And she's using. Hatsune is having trouble speaking in common because she's interjecting the dwarven words for avalanche and rock slide and stuff. I'm not sure it's settled. It might still move. He might not be safe in there. My brother was very good at this stuff. I was always running around trying to hit people and show my strength by surprise. And she giggles. Wrestling. I don't know whether it's safe.
What about just taking stones from top and throwing there? Oh, my head. Fight Kaito first. Tamaki seems okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Kaito
feel
was
weird.
he was standing about here, and Liu is doing his best approximation of where he saw Kaito, but surely the rocks have pushed him down to the lower level at least.
Good thought. Taisha will sort of, not doggedly, I forget all the words, but he'll sort of stumble down the path to what is now the rock pile that he sees in front of him, and just start picking up stones and throwing them away to the side.
Taisha, we can't clear the entire rockfall.
As you do so, make a. Let's see. Let's make a. What would be the equivalent of an engineering check? Straight up knowledge check, I believe.
Okay. Oh, okay, just intelligence. All right. Okay, we'll see how this goes.
All
Too
right.
bad.
You grab one of the rocks. It's about the size of a big head of cabbage. As you kind of like lift it, you also watch as several of the rocks get displaced and start to sort of move further down the pathway. As it doesn't start like a big chain reaction, but you're pretty confident moving too many of them in an incorrect fashion may cause you a lot more problems, or worse still, continue to crush Kaito. And Kaito, you do feel that, like, as the water shield is protecting you, there is this sort of shift that suddenly happens.
Oh, jeez. I hope it's a good thing and not a bad thing.
Oh, a lot of fish.
I agree. I don't know what you just said, but I agree.
Not for sensitive ears. Oh no, you're not sensitive, but you know what I mean. Why does
Agreed.
my head hurt so much? Whoa.
I don't know. Did you get hit by the rock?
No.
Well, if you
You ate
What did I
something.
do?
well, I was presuming that was the damage from the spring, because the ingesting of the thing makes you feel like amazing. By the way.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sorry. Then I'm completely wrong. I thought it
okay, I
was
thought-
making me
I
feel
know,
like
You got whacked in the
absolute
head
crap.
pretty hard by the spring.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
It
got
goes with
whacked.
it.
Yeah, you've been.
I did get
smacked.
hit pretty hard though.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing. No. The sensation
three
of the
hits.
so the sensation of ingesting the orb is actually one of euphoria. It actually feels incredibly good, as it is a method that the Oni in my world are gaining power by taking and eating
Right.
one of these things. It's almost like you're filling a void that is inside you with something. So it's very.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
We
enough.
can-
But
we
my
can say
head
that
still
you've got,
hurts.
like, yeah, you could be like, yeah, that spring hit me like.
And then
frickin'-
you take like 50 damage.
I took a lot. Yeah.
And it was after he already got healed, so that didn't get healed at all.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
I healed him and then he got smashed.
Yeah. No. My head still hurts. My head still hurts, but I thought I didn't realize I didn't realize that the sense of euphoria was something from ingesting a stone. All right. Yeah, it completely plays out. Right? Okay. Well. Which one of you two knows how to shift rocks?
Me, ish. As I said, if my brother was here, we were safe.
You have more experience than me. Can you shift rocks?
Yes, but we have to be careful, and it depends on the size of the rock. Are you suggesting that Kaito can be under this?
Yes, he is under this.
Yes.
The only question is where.
And Taisha will just start shouting, Kaito, can you hear us? Just literally down at the rocks with his hands pressed to the rock to the avalanche, shouting that into the avalanche.
Oh, no.
He just touches it a little bit. Oh god.
No.
So Kaito, as that happens, you can one.
Sorry, Michael. Go.
No, that's okay. One, you can hear that sound, Kaito, coming from above. You can hear the sounds of Taisho shouting. Hatsune, with your intelligence check,
That I just rolled?
yes, because I figured that was why you were rolling it. You can tell not so much from the rocks that he's yelling at, but if the mountain just had a large rock slide, it may not necessarily be done. And if there is a lot of continued loud noises, more rocks could fall from above where you currently are. Not
Great people thinking alike, that's why I rolled it. I'm going, shh. We need to be
Good, good.
calm, quiet.
Tamaki
The
blows the whistle.
mountain hasn't finished. It might still go. There's lots of swearing in the middle of that sentence. I can't do it myself. I'm sorry for those
Every other
people that
word.
want it.
Every other word,
well,
yes.
no, there's no point because it's gibberish to anyone who can't speak Dwarven. Though you probably can get the feeling of what it is, even if you don't actually know what the word is referring to. We need to be careful. We need to be quiet. The rocks have not settled. We might start another rockfall.
Okay.
We need to. I think the first.
Can you hear us?
That's probably
exactly
not
what he
going to
starts doing.
help.
Taisha's at a loss here, so he's just trying all he can think of.
I appreciate the fact that he's trying quietly. He heard me. That's cool. That's right. So we've got this big rock fall and the crevices at the back behind that. Is that what we're saying? Okay. Can anyone get round the rock fall towards where the crevice was seen? Can you get to the crevice?
Liu is already halfway out onto the rockfall, so he's reasonably confident of his ability to move across this.
So
Michael, you're muted.
Thank you. You make your way as you make your way across the rocks. Please make an athletics check, stepping on the stones as you begin to make your way over to where you last saw the crevice in the side of the mountain. Or an acrobatics. Either or will be fine.
Ooh.
All right, not bad. Yeah, you managed to stay on the rocks and avoid creating a further slide, and eventually make your way to the side. You can see from the top there is kind of like a small opening into the mountain, where a thin beam of light is going into what looks to be a cave.
Okay. Liu will perch there for a moment and rummage through his own backpack and pull out a torch and his flint and steel and scrape the flint and steel and try and get the torch lit. And then if it's wide enough, he's going to try and push the torch through into the cave. I don't know how big the gap is.
No, it's quite big. It's about maybe the size of a grapefruit, like in terms of like just size. And as you place the torch on the other side, Tamaki, you can see something sort of rattling around above you before basically a stick covered in rags drops down from above. Which again you can't see, you just hear it.
Hello?
Liu, you can hear quite clearly.
Oh, okay. Hey, Tamaki, it's Liu. Are you okay in there?
I'm okay. I can't really see much other than what's coming up from you, but yeah, I'm all good. I managed to get into the cave before the rocks fell.
Okay, I just dropped a torch through. I think it went out as it went through though.
I think I should be able to light it up.
Did you drop a lit torch?
Yeah, that was the intent.
Okay, yep.
Okay, I was like,
yeah.
What an alchemist kid, I can maybe try to light it up.
Because I sorry, when you said I drop a torch, I didn't realize you'd lit it as well. Because
that was the idea with the flint and steel, to light the torch before I pushed it through. I just wasn't sure it would stay lit as I pushed it through a narrow gap.
No worries. Let me just give a torch to.
Just turns around, just sees a wall of eyes just staring back at him.
Yay!
All right, Tamaki can now see a little bit into the cave that he is in. Now, directly to your west, you can see the rocks as they are, pretty much just in that area there. But yeah, that's where you're at. That's where you're at right now.
Is it stable in there? Do you think? Are you safe?
Picking up the torch, I kind of look around. I kind of go forward a little bit just to see if there's anything kind of around, to let him know if I'm okay in this current area.
Liu, you can see the torch starting to dim a little bit as he moves away. The passageway definitely does continue on, and more importantly, you feel a breeze coming from deeper within the cave.
Okay. Lou, I see. I think I'll be all right. I feel a breeze coming through. Like, I think if you want, I can move forward. How's Kaito?
Well, we don't know. That's the problem. We could really use you out here. He's under the rock somewhere, and we can't find him.
I can clearly see the rock fall right now.
We can't move the rock safely. If there's another way out, you should go. I wouldn't suggest it otherwise where it's safe, but we could really use your help out here.
Can we hear Michael? Can we hear Tamaki's responses, or just Lou talking from the other side of the rockfall?
You're blocked by the rock falls.
So you can't hear me either.
Yeah.
No.
All right. You can hear, so you can hear.
Can I?
No, go on.
Oops. No, sorry. You.
Okay.
My
You
bad.
can hear Liu's side of the conversation very clearly. Tamaki is talking, but it's muffled by the stones. You hear that someone is talking to Liu, but not specifically what they're saying.
Okay. Lou, is it? Have you found Tamaki?
Yeah, he's in the crevice like I thought. He's safe for the moment. He's going to try and find a way out, I think.
Okay. Does he have? Well, obviously you've got something through, so he's got air coming through. Is there a passage or anything, or is it just a crevice?
Oh, he says there's a breeze.
I'm
breeze?
gonna try and get up to the hole if there's like spots where I can possibly like grab onto, so I can like get up there to talk to everyone else as well.
You like climb the rocks.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to where Lou is.
All right.
I might not be able to get through, but I can at least maybe see if I can see through it like he can see through here.
All right, make an athletics check.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
You grab onto several footholds and begin to kind of climb up. Again, the opening that's allowing Liu to kind of peer through is about the size of a grapefruit. It's not very big, but you can see Liu at the top. As Tamaki, you've got your hands in the handholds and you're holding. And you're face to face with your Tengu ally.
Hello. Yes, everyone. I seem to be okay. There's a breeze coming through. Can I see the pile of rocks where I saw Kaito get buried before I got buried?
You're on the pile of rocks. Like, it's a...
Oh, I thought it was like I got covered and then there was like he got covered.
the whole area is covered in stone.
Yeah,
Like,
the entire
there's-
thing is yeah.
Yeah, the whole, like, there's no path anymore. You can no longer see the path or the forest. It's just rocks everywhere.
Okay, I might have an idea of how we can clear this. I don't know if it'll clear like this way, but I think we might be able to at least get Kaito out. Do any of you know how to like? I kind of bring up what Taisho said earlier, and I didn't hear it, but Tamaki would think there might be like different rocks that we might be able to control the avalanche of what fell on him. Does anyone know about, well, I guess boulders and like
All right.
stuff like that?
With that being
Katsune.
said, anyone who wishes to may make a lore check pertaining to stonework, masonry, engineering, natural catastrophes, etc., etc., etc. Otherwise, it will be a straight intelligence check.
Yeah, that would be all of us doing straight intelligence check. I don't even get any bonuses here for a dwarf, I don't think. Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing.
I obviously wouldn't roll just because since I'm the one asking, but I can't really get to anywhere from where I am. The most I could do is
shish boom ba.
ooh.
Very nice.
No, I mean,
Taisho is at a complete loss, so he's not going to. I'm not going to roll for Taisho
Sure.
because he has no idea.
Sure.
Fine.
You?
Yeah, I figure I'm in the same boat.
Yep, very well. All right, Hatsune, what you know about the what you know about avalanches is minimal, right? Like you know stone, you know about cave-ins and stuff like that being, of course, from the dwarven culture. You think that maybe one thing you may possibly be able to do is cause the avalanche to spill over the side. So if I show you the map once again, what we'd be talking about. Oops, there we go. What we'd be talking about is this whole area here where we see Kaito has been buried by the large avalanche. Is actually on the edge of a cliff. If you caused the avalanche to continue
to keep
falling
going down the
cliff,
cliff, it'll come off him.
Maybe. The problem is that if he was pushed any further down the way, you're just going to be pushing rocks onto him. So it's doable, but you know that there is a large inherent risk.
Yep.
Do we want to take that risk? Because he's already trapped under there. The risk is already there. He could die right now.
He might get squashed.
He might already be dead.
If we wait, and if we do this meticulously, like we were trying to dig dwarfs out of a cave in, he might not survive. The length of time it would take to delicately take each rock off.
So then we don't delicately do it. And
we don't have time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hand through the hole to Lou my firebomb, the red pitch firebomb.
Okay.
Yep.
Have Hatsune place this, and I'm also, if I'm able to, after he takes it, I want to give him the other two of mine as well, because I have a feat called Demolition Charge. I can rig 1 to 4 bombs in one spot. And try to
rig up a controlled explosion.
Exactly.
But does that you have to rig it?
I have to just be within 30 feet of the bomb.
And do you have to see?
It just says within 30 feet.
Do you have
You're going to run a trigger line from your hole down to the other side of the cliff face. Well, I guess we can do it.
All right.
I'm gonna run a long enough string.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I feel as though characters here are intelligent enough to know that firefighters do not generally use explosive charges on rescue missions for people buried in buildings and rock slides and stuff.
This is our only option. He's already crushed.
That's it. We have no other option. We're not looking for Kaito. We're finding a body, okay? We're gonna
Michael. This may seem weird to you, but remember, Neil is an American, and that's how Americans deal with it.
No, that's very true. Very true. I've seen like clearing whales on the beach and stuff.
We don't know. It makes it explode. Yeah.
No. We've been over this. We've been over this before. Sometimes our character's knowledge is not the same as our knowledge, and I would say that very clearly. Tamaki would not necessarily know what to do, but he would absolutely know that setting off explosives to start a rock slide while there is someone inside the rock slide potentially probably going to turn that percentage from whatever it is right now to 0.
Yeah, when he said that he was going to break up the bombs, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
the
die.
most American solution ever. Yeah.
I mean,
look, I'll tell you what. I'll be fair. I'll let our audience decide. Audience, I'm going to put a poll up, right? And you guys can tell me if this is an actionable choice for Tamaki.
Taisha was just going to say we could just push the rocks off.
If we start trying to move what's closest to the edge, we might be able to get movement of the rocks across the top.
Exactly, that is what I was saying.
Exactly what I'm thinking.
Stop. Before we do this, let's check where the Kaito's further down first.
What do you mean
do that?
Further down first?
How can we that check? Where is he? Do you know where he is under this?
Well, he says there, but the rocks have come through and across, and if he's been knocked down to the lower level, and we start dumping more rocks down there, how is that going to help him? We need to make sure that
not the lower level, not the lower level. Dump rocks off the cliff. But push rocks off edge of cliff, bring rocks down. The rocks go edge of cliff, Kaito appears.
Well, that
I
was
think that is the idea.
mean
We're
edge
trying to
of
figure
rocks
out where
on the
Kaito is under
other
there
side
right
of
now.
all of this rockfall. We got to get across there before we can start moving stuff.
That
Yeah.
is point. I had not thought that far ahead.
You're moving the rocks underneath your feet off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah. That's
As
gonna be
said,
hard.
that is point. Had not thought that far ahead.
I thought we were going to run it down by the side of the
Let me check the lower level first. That's all I'm
That's a
saying.
good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we
You
were gonna
are
go down the side of the
you are
shaft.
good with feet, so you go ahead.
Liu will try and move back from. Well, he'll bring the red pitch fire bombs with him anyway, but and
Mhm.
he'll pass them
give-
to the
I-
Hatsune.
In
Yep.
yeah, in case.
In
But
case they're
you also have 2 bottles of lightning, so you have 3 bombs with you. I gave you everything, so.
Oh no,
Okay.
not the lightning again.
As a player, I'm kind of worried by the poll right now, to be honest.
Oh, where's the pole?
The
I
poll,
already
Can't see
pulled
it,
down,
so-
the poll is
Oh.
currently at 5 people believing that rocks exploding is the solution, and 1 person who says Kaito is already dead.
Oh,
What a way to go, Rockfall.
So,
Well, look,
I-
What the poll represents is it represents the belief in the plan that the explosives would work. So, given the nature of it, I would say this. While it may not be ideal,
Okay.
the only way to move this amount in that quick a time would be through explosives. There is a belief that maybe Kaito is on the ground floor, like just kind of over. Let me draw this on the map so that my players can see. There is a belief that Kaito may have been dropped to here. Now, I want to say this: Kaito on the map is here, only because that's where I've left him.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily where he currently is, and I haven't said anything about where Kaito actually is. Now,
Yep.
if Kaito is down here, where I've marked with the X, then
Yep.
by exploding the rocks and sending them over the cliff edge here, you would actually be clearing a large group, large rocks enough to at least free Tamaki, and maybe even help Kaito by moving some of the weight off where he is currently buried. However, if Kaito is up here on this platform, he is going to go over the cliff and into the mountains.
yeah, that's what this plan. Really
Find
makes
find
me nervous.
Kaito. Find out where he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Looking back-
basically you haven't found you have no idea where Kaito is. But
So-
as of right this second, you have a distinct idea that the explosives may possibly have merit. Thanks to our audience participation. Thank you, audience.
Looking back at it, at Demolition Charge, it does say that because I guess it takes a minute to do.
Sure.
And it says you can rig your bombs to animate objects or inanimate objects in order to cause destruction in the surrounding area.
Yep.
So I do
You-
believe I have to set them up.
Yeah, so
Yep.
you'd have to create an object and then send it with them to place it wherever.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right. So Liu will move back away from the crevice to the safety of the steps where everyone else is.
Yep.
Pass the device off to Hatsune, and then he will descend a safe way across from the cliff face down to that lower area of the stairwell.
Okay.
And then Hatsune, before you do this, I'm going to, because technically demolition charges, I can do it whenever. So I'm also going to cast detect magic.
Okay. Very well. As you cast detect
It's-
magic, you see a wall of stone. The stone is not magic.
No, I can see through the hole, can't I?
Okay. You look at the sky. The sky is not magic.
Okay, fine. All right.
Can Liu search the lower area where there's hopefully a less, heavy covering of rocks to see whether Kaito is down on this lower area?
Sure. Make me a perception check as you begin to scour and search this particular region. right, we get a 11.
Mm.
With an 11, unfortunately, as you begin to scour and look around, the stones themselves seems to hold no answers. He may be down here, he may not. It is difficult to say.
We will never know.
Wait, I have an idea. Does Kaito not have a spirit animal?
Yes.
Or a water thing? Could he not send water animal thing? It is made of water. It goes through rock. It goes around the rock. So could he not send water animal through rocks to show us where he is?
He'd need to think of that, or we need to tell him through the rocks. I think maybe we should attempt to talk through the rocks first.
That is a good idea.
So at least if he's being careful, he's being quiet, he might be smart enough to be, or worried enough not to move or say too much at the moment. So is there a way that I can crouch in close to the pile, so move down the stairs a bit and then try? I'm assuming he's here at this stage just because I've got no other information. And quiet, I don't know, try and be quiet, but force my voice through to try and see if we can hear him under the pot. Like, I'm assuming there's a big pile where I've moved into the circle, and see if I can, without trying to just climb on them or disturb them. I'm worried I'm going to be too heavy, and call through the rocks and see if we can get a response.
All right. So
Does that make sense?
You're crawling into like whatever crevices you can kind of find in the actual pile.
Yeah, trying to keep as low as possible so that I'm not actually climbing on him.
Okay.
I'm worried that if I climb up, I'm assuming Liu is lighter than I am.
Okay.
So I would be worried that if I added my weight, that would be a bad thing.
All right. Very well. I will give you McBluff has just redeemed an insight bonus. So, looking around, Hatsune begins to recognize a few pathways. They're very thin and very tight. If there's another rock fall, you have a chance of being buried underneath it. But you think you may find a path to navigate the stone. It is up to you as to whether or not you wish to take it. I
will take it.
All right. You begin to make your way, crawling down into the depths. Taishu, you're the only one who sees this as Hatsune begins to dig around. Hatsune, make a survival check as you start to make your way, weaving through the stones and the rock. I don't even know what music to be playing right now. Like, it's just...
Yeah!
What is that? What's yeah about?
She rolled high.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
I was like, I can't find music. Yeah. I was like, thanks, man. Jesus.
Neil's happy that you're having a problem.
I know, right? Oh.
That's always the
So supportive.
All right, there we go. This will do. I like this. All right. With a dirty 20, you begin to navigate and make your way around, and you learn the truth that Kaito is here. You can't see him, but what you see is a glowing blue light from further up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Kaito, your position
He's here.
is actually here. And yes, you can see the light coming from just beyond what looks to be a stone wall. It is not big enough to fit through. Oh, there's no actual opening to walk through.
Yeah. All right. Quietly, well, how do you say quietly? But trying to project my voice through the rock, but without trying to make it boom through the whole cavern mountainside. Kaito, we're gonna try and get you out.
So, Kaito, just to rewind time back for about 15 minutes while the others were running around and jumping and giving kisses and yada yada yada. What were you doing during this period of time?
Well, constantly still trying to get my voice going because, someone should know that I'm here. Hopefully, also I kind of wanted to talk to Sui because it can actually talk back. It knows human speech.
Wait, does it know or can it speak human speech?
It has full speech capabilities.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it speaks all his languages.
Yeah, but I can speak any language that I speak.
Sure.
As well as take my form, which would not help me in this situation. But so I'm trying to, just have a quiet conversation with. I'll probably put a female pronoun on it, even though it's technically an it. But it has a female name, so yeah. But I'm trying to talk to her.
What are you talking to her about?
Oh, just like, thank you that you saved me, and I feel like it might be fruitless, but I hope you can hold on, and
My power is waning. I can hold on for as long as I can, but my survival is tied in with yours. If you die, I die.
Oh, that would be something of importance lost, I guess. If you died as well, but hopefully we'll get out of this.
Yes, we will. Your friends are coming. I feel the shifting in the rocks.
How much longer can you hold for?
Maybe an hour. But no more.
That should hopefully be enough time.
About 20 minutes later, you hear the sounds of Hatsune calling you from beyond the dome that surrounds you.
I once again try as hard as I can to project my voice. Man, even I feel like I have to cough right now.
Make another Constitution check as you are trying to force your voice out.
I need to move that down. There we go. Oof.
Your voice does not come through.
Oh man, that might be another problem when we get out of here. I'm gonna be mute.
Hatsune, you can see the light, but you cannot hear anything coming from within.
I breathed in too much rock dust.
I think it's mostly that several rocks may have hit you in the neck.
That could make sense
also
too.
hitting your chest, causing your lungs to decompress. Like there's getting caught. Like as someone who knew someone who actually went and actually got trapped in a landslide. There's a reason this seems very vivid. It's quite a harrowing experience. And that was one of the big ones, was like not being able to call for help was like a big thing. That's
what I've heard about, like avalanches too, when people are just trapped under 10 feet of snow. It's like you can't really breathe.
yeah. But it's more about creating an interesting challenge. So yes, Hatsune, for the time being, you can't hear anything coming from beyond.
Okay. I will call back towards Tamaki. I can't see Bo or not Tamaki. Taisho, sorry. I can't see Liu or Bo at this stage. He's in here. There's something in here. There's a glowing that's not normal, but I'm not hearing anything. But he may not be able to speak. We need
glowing
to get
is
him
good.
out. But he is
Glowing is
definitely
good.
in front of me, and so I will gesture with my head, sort of nodding. He's this direction, so we know that if we try and get the rocks to move away from where he is positioned towards the stairs, we shouldn't be crushing him from a second avalanche. At this stage, I don't know what else to do. He's been in there for how long?
Right now, about 40 minutes.
Okay, so move rocks that way. Leo, Leo, you need to move.
All right. So, yeah, Liu is down there, and you whisper to the person who is like 120 foot away from you.
Taisha's trying not to. Taisha's raising his voice, but he's not trying to shout.
Yeah, no, Lou does not hear that.
No.
Or the plan, or that they found Tamaki. Because again, these are actually quite large steps leading down, and that's a cliff face right there.
Right, yeah, I got you.
All right. The plan so far, if I'm not mistaken, is that if explosives are planted here and cause the rocks to flow down, the rocks should flow off Kaito and then down into the area. But obviously, Liu needs to not be there.
Yeah, thinking about that, is it okay if Taisho moves to the edge over here, picks up a pebble or just a very small stone, and just chucks it down in the direction of Liu to get his attention?
Yeah, you gain Liu's attention as the rock falls off the cliff, and you hear this.
Liu hears a pebble bouncing down from up above and just goes,
Oh my god!
It's starting again!
This is how I die. The gypsy was right.
And you see him like perform a double backflip with the standing boulder to just scramble across to the west as quickly as he can before he looks up for the rock down.
Not the only harpies, no.
No. You just see Taisho always sort of head in hands. Oh god, no. Just gesturing to you to like come up.
All right.
That's all he's trying to say. He's like,
watch out.
Yeah.
Run.
Liu will sort of gesture back and sort of go, I, down, good, up,
He's just flapping his wings.
Didn't
And
even
so
understand.
just Taisho will point at you, Liu,
It's the longest.
and say, come back, Kaito, and just do this sort of wavy form and gesture that way towards the level that we were at.
I hear you.
Oh, for God's sake.
Rope. He'll do like a fishing line thing.
Oh,
Send rope down.
Let me just have a quick look to make sure I actually have hempen rope. Oh, there we go. How high is the cliff? And you're muted.
100 feet.
Yeah, you'll need 2 lots.
I need 2 lots, yeah. Hatsune's not too far away from me, right?
You can't see Hatsune at all. Hatsune is
Okay.
the rebel.
Michael, would it be fair to say that she took her backpack off before she went scrabbling?
Yeah, I'd say that. That's fair enough.
Okay, so the backpack will be at the top of the stairs.
All right. Taisha will simply just go across to the backpack and just start delving into it.
As you go towards the backpack and try to grab it, this huge bear paw puts a hand on it and starts growling deeply at you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bo, I need the rope. It's okay. Look, do you want to wrestle with me later? Do you want to knock me over again?
He pushes you over.
Causing an avalanche.
You avalanche, yep.
A Taisho
Look, Bo. Yes, I know that's you. I know that this bag belongs to your friend, master, whatever. Do you want to get rope? Yes, your paws, not hands. I need rope from her bag.
He swipes the bag and then puts it under his head and sort of falls asleep on it.
I probably don't hear any of this.
No. No.
He's waiting at the bottom of the cliff going,
Meanwhile,
He's
in-
doing the meme.
I will get Hatsune for you, you stupid bear.
to be fair, I have no reason why Bo would let you just rummage through it.
Oh, no, absolutely. I love it. It's great. It's absolutely.
He's very
So true.
He's very protective. It's not helpful, but
Exactly. I love it. I
And-
love it. It's just fantastic. So it's great.
And the misapprehension is that he's some sort of druid companion that's highly intelligent. No, he's just a bear.
No.
He's just an ordinary
Yeah.
bear. All right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, inside the cave. All right. It has been 20 minutes since you last made contact with anyone. Tamaki, what have you been doing?
No explosions have happened.
Yeah, I'm just
Well, he hasn't
like
made any.
waiting. I'm still at the top of the hole, right? I haven't really.
Oh, have you been
out.
holding like this pose for 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Make an
to
athletics
see-
check.
Wow, yeah, Tamaki's strong. Dang.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever done like the 100-second pull-up challenge.
18.
Oof.
18. Yeah,
Ooh.
okay. You've been hanging up there for a fair while. Your arms are
I've
burning,
been
by the
trained
way.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. No. You've made it, but then it's kind
Yeah.
of like this. It's like imagine doing 1,000,000 sit-ups, and it's like, oh no, you did it. You did the 1,000,000 sit-ups. Your body is wrecked. Like so, as you've been holding on, your arms are burning, and like there's just this
Yeah.
redness to it as you're holding on. But yeah, you're holding on.
I have felt that before. It sucks.
One
Guys.
pull-up, and that's all it takes for me.
No, I'm
Is
asking what
everything
you've been
okay?
doing. No, I'm asking what you've been
Oh.
doing for 20 minutes. Have you just been
Um,
yelling that for 20 minutes?
I've been waiting for them to like say like, yeah, Tamaki hit it kind of thing, but nothing's been happening. So like, is everything okay?
Yeah, okay. So, but you haven't made anything yet.
Oh, I thought I made them the bomb.
Out of what? See, that's what I mean. You haven't done anything.
no, he
I
made,
already
he
handed
made it out of
them
the,
the bombs.
the flasks.
Oh,
That was the intention.
no. So you got the bottle
Yeah.
of lightning, but you didn't set the remote thing, or are you setting?
Well,
the
it says you can rig. It says you can rig your bombs to an inanimate object. in
Sorry,
order
rig your bombs to
cause
what?
this- To an inanimate object.
which
So they-
was
The
so
cliff
they
face.
just got my bombs.
that's what I'm saying. Is you haven't actually done
Yeah.
it. You've handed him some
Ugh.
bombs. You haven't rigged them. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, yeah. What do you rig them to?
Well, I need them back to rig them. I already gave them to Lou.
Well, Lou now
So I
has
don't
some
do anything.
unrigged bombs,
No, he gave them to me.
and then gave.
I gave them to Lou, then he gave them to Hatsune. So there's.
You had one job, mate. You know what?
I just got the feet, okay?
You know what? Let's just say that you've done it correctly. Okay, for future references. For future references, what your character actually does is he takes bombs, right? And then
Yeah.
takes an inanimate object, right? Like, let's say your bomb is like a grenade, right? And, another name for a grenade is like a
That's why I
pineapple.
originally thought I had to do it.
It's
because I
like,
have to
no,
rig
so
it
another
to
name for a
powers.
grenade is called a pineapple, okay? So you take a pineapple, right? Then you take an inanimate object, like a pen, right?
Mhm.
You take a pen, you have a pineapple.
Or even just a
No.
rock that's right there in front of him.
Pineapple pen. God. I love you so much.
So yes, that is literally how this works. You take the pen and the pineapple and you go whack, and now you have a pineapple pen, right? That is literally it. So so whatever your bomb is, you need an object to stick it to, then it becomes
Yeah,
a
yeah.
remote activated bomb. So let's
My
say that
bad.
you've grabbed some stones and some rocks and things like that.
Yeah, like taped them together.
Because I'm not gonna bother figuring out what
Okay.
it's like an explosive piece of chalk or whatever. You
Which I have chalk.
you create several of these basically charges that you've handed to Lou. Now, Lou is currently with them. Lou is currently moving into position. What are you doing while you're waiting for Lou to be ready? Are you just hanging about?
Yeah, I guess I'm just hanging about playing. I guess I have a flute that I just pull out and wait for them to come and say something.
I've just got to interject here as a player. I haven't, and a Brit. I haven't got a bloody clue what you're talking about in terms of a pineapple pen.
Oh, it's
No,
Oh.
pineapple apple
It's
pen.
it's a meme.
it's a song that became.
It's a
meme.
song.
Yeah.
it's a
It's a
song that
pineapple,
became a meme.
pineapple, apple, pineapple,
Yeah,
pineapple,
Google
banana,
it.
pineapple.
Yeah,
It's kids
Google
do it.
It's
It's
a,
a
it's
kid
a
song.
weird song.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I will look at it like some other time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
don't feel that you have to.
So
No,
moving
you
right,
don't need to really.
so
Silly.
moving right along. Now Neil.
Yep.
Neil, I love you very deeply. You know that,
I
right?
know.
So let me get this straight. Your character is currently suspended, as previously mentioned, 20 foot
Oh.
off the ground, after having
Yeah.
20
was
whole
gonna play a
minutes.
Well, if they're-
Wait.
Oh,
After
right,
20 whole minutes holding onto the side of this cliff, right? To which you needed to make an athletics
Oh.
check, and then you pull out your two-handed instrument and start to play it.
I thought I would have gotten down if they were gonna.
No,
just come to...
you don't
Nah,
skip
yeah, I
over
know, I
doing
know.
stuff.
I'm still on the wall. You're right.
Okay, you fall 20 feet to the ground as you reach out and pull your flute. Are you sure you want to do that? You can
I
climb
already said
down
it.
first if you'd like.
I already said it, so yeah, I'll fall.
Okay, very well. You fall down the cliff.
Oh
You
my
hear
God.
this soft thud as you hit the ground and take 2 points of damage.
Ooh. And then I just sit on the ground and while I wait for them to say
Mercy.
something,
All
I'm
right.
gonna play my flute.
Very well. All right. As you play your flute, sadly in the dark. Meanwhile, Lou, you are still at the bottom. Taisho, you wait a few minutes after calling for Hatsune, and Hatsune, you can definitely hear Taisho. Do you make your way back out of the?
He's gone away from
I think Nick has just
all right, yeah.
popped off.
In which case, we'll take this.
Liu will start attempting to climb the cliff. Eventually, he'll run out of patience with the rope and go, "Well, fine. I guess I got to try."
Make an athletics check. Apple pen, pineapple pen.
Pineapple.
Apple pen.
Oh,
It's
like
like
we
we
stop.
stop
Out of
reacting
fantasy grounds for some reason.
from someone that doesn't even know what's happening.
Fine.
Sorry.
Just
You're gonna
let
have
know.
to need to roll for me. Fantasy grounds has done some strange stuff.
Very well.
No.
Nope.
Go away.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, not you.
Oh, what?
Losing you. Gonna make a athletics check.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. Fantasy grounds has just dropped me.
Hiya! 27 on your athletics check. Yeah, you climb up easy.
Nice.
All right.
He'll look at Taisho and go, "Yeah, sorry. I was hoping you could give me a hand. Like my left hand's still pretty sore, but the cliff face
Just-
wasn't too bad."
Taisho will look at Lou and just look at you, look at Hatsune, and then we'll look up the at the stairs at Bo the bear and go, "That bear is."
Sleeping? What's the problem?
That was such the perfect sound.
So, do we have a plan?
It's
Where's Hatsune?
yeah, there. Just
Hatsune,
point to
Hatsune, do you
it's
crawl out of
a-
the hole?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So around about the time that Liu, you make your way up the cliff face, Hatsune has emerged from the burrowing.
So, what news? I didn't find Kaito down there. Is he up here still somewhere?
He's over in this direction, and I give a rough. I've seen a blue glow, which can't be anything natural, but he's not moved. No sound is coming through. Let me just wonder if I know anything about that.
Sorry.
Yep.
Maybe I just went deaf. Did you say let me swan dive?
Yes,
No.
I thought too.
Okay, good. It wasn't just
I thought I said that
No,
too.
I'm not swan
I
diving.
heard swan.
I heard
No.
swan dive, but I thought I said he might have swan dived.
No, it's
No.
fine. I was just like, I mean, if you want to, wee.
No. It's
Let me go get
Yeah,
that.
I'm probably not articulating well today. I got a stinking headache.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, not your fault. So there is a glow, but there's no sound coming from there. So there are many reasons why we won't hear him, but he is definitely in front of where you where you were talking to Maki. And if we take, and I'll direct I assume the X is where you suggested planting Michael?
Yes,
the
correct.
X's on the maps with it.
Yeah, through your variety of checks, the X's are
Yep.
where you suggest planting the explosives.
If
to
we
not-
plant the
Oh, sorry, go on.
sorry.
No,
No.
I didn't need to finish. You can keep going.
So I will indicate that if we're going to use the explosive idea, if we plant the explosives along this ridge where the X's are, hopefully the removal of the rocks should come off and leave Tamaki there. I prefer not going over the cliff because if he does move with the rocks, there is a chance that we can still grab him. But if it goes over the cliff, it's the definite goner. Literally and figuratively.
All right.
Well, we haven't got much time, so let's do
We
it.
need to move. Yeah.
Does anyone know how to he's obviously made this device for us, but I don't know how to install it or place it.
Yeah.
Right, I'll go ask him.
Good idea.
Lee will go across to the gap. And
You
call
hear
out.
the sounds of flute music as you approach the gap.
Well, he's in good spirits at least. Tamaki, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
We've found Kaito. He seems to be okay, but we need to get the rocks off him. We're going to try and use that device you put out to get the rocks moving down towards the lower level or like the next landing down on the stairs.
I put the flute away, and I'm gonna try and get back up to the hole so I can get.
How do we use these things?
I just I rigged them up for you. Just put them where you think would be the best place for them to fall. I will just activate it and blow it up from where I'm here.
Okay. So we just sort of nestle them in the rocks, or do you have like a tar or a glue or something that we can hold them on the face, or what's the? Yeah.
Do I have? Checking my alchemist tool stuff is. I don't actually know if I would have something that I could stick them to.
The object, you mean? Like you don't have any glue? No.
Yeah, I don't.
Does anyone have a candle?
Any wax could work, yeah.
Soap?
Yeah. Maybe there might be crevices in the bottom of the rock fall that you could shove it into.
Actually, okay. Sorry. This is me as a player thinking this. I don't know if Tyson would actually think this way.
You could also wedge it between some other rocks.
Yeah.
To get it to stick in in an area.
All right. It's just I'm a bit worried that without something to hold it in place, we're basically going to have to get really close to the cliff edge to get them into a useful spot, and it's kind of dangerous.
I have a grappling hook.
You want my climber's kit?
And I've got a climbing
you're going to be able to
kit
get
as well.
a climber's kit back out through this gap, Tamaki. It's a great idea, but
Oh, true.
No, I have one.
Oh, okay.
because I was thinking if we rig up a rope, I could sort of swing up from beneath and try
Michael, question. Would there be some kind of bandage or some of the stick? I've got healer's tools. Would I have some kind of tape?
Like adhesive?
Adhesive, yeah, in there. Some kind of adhesive and healer's tools.
No. Healer's tool would be more like the medieval healer's tools, so like bandages and
Yeah, like,
like
the calipers
tourniquets
and like
stuff like
yeah,
Okay.
Stuff that looks like a
Little metal
torture implement.
bits.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
can always-
pretty
yeah.
much.
pair of pliers, you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Now, as this happens, Kaito, we return to you very briefly. The light from the shield begins to dim. What was once the shield of water that was like a solid piece, now you kind of see like drips of rain, kind of like every now and then, like dropping from the shield, and you watch as there's kind of like a chill in the air now. It's cold, it's wet. You could see that the tiny water fox, its coloration, which was once this vibrant glowing blue, has sort of started to dim and almost looks like regular water. Almost. There's like a small like swirl of like light that seems to be passing through its form, but that's about it as it watches.
Sui, I don't think you can last much longer. Do you need me to desummon you?
No, I'm here to the end,
Okay.
one way or another.
I do start to look at some of the rocks and try to play out in my mind where they would land if they did fall, and hopefully there's a way that can like position myself so I don't get initially crushed.
Unfortunately, as the shield is the only thing keeping everything up. As soon as it goes, everything will collapse inwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way to predict that.
Nope.
Dig.
No, your life flashes before your eyes as you think for a moment. That Sui, your elemental fox, only has but maybe 5 minutes at best before it fades away, and in that moment, that'll be the end. You hear the frantic sounds of your allies moving about the rocks, which of course hasn't been doing any favors to the to the structure of the shield.
Yeah.
But yeah, you take a moment, and we're going to go to a very brief campfire scene for Kaito specifically, as I would like for you to imagine for a moment that there was a place that you would like to visit, like literally before you die. What would that place be? Who would you see, and what would you do there? And one moment while I cue this up.
Ooh.
All right. Go for it.
It doesn't have to be a real place, I'm assuming, because he wants to actually visit the fictional setting of he has a home and both of his parents are still there and living in a happy life with his parents that are still around.
All right. You find yourself amidst a swirling snowstorm. A small log cabin ahead of you, with what looks to be a large kitsune wielding an axe, chopping firewood, while a one dressed in a kimono, straddling a small infant on their back, tied around like as a cloth, seems to feed fire into seems to feed the firewood into a boiler that heats up a large bath. As they look towards you, instead of faces, you see scribbles, almost like a pen being scribbled to obscure their faces as they look at you and seem to take a very welcoming gesture. You, as you begin to walk towards these figures, the female kitsune walks up and places a hand over your forehead and begins to sort of scruff your fur a little. As she does, she hits you on the shoulder, and the large kitsune puts the axe down and grabs you by the waist before picking you up and putting you on probably the broadest shoulders you've ever felt like you've been on. What's Kaito's reaction?
Just, pure happiness. Is like, this is something that he's never really felt ever. So it's like, he's truly happy.
gathered around a small table, the center of which has been cut out to reveal like a fire pit, a large cauldron filled with stew, vegetables, meats, and the like, boils in the center with you, what looks to be these two, male and female kitsune, and another person. But unlike the mother and father who have the scribbles on their faces, this person has a scribble all over their body. As you sit down and you begin to eat over this hot stove, there's laughter, there's joy, and there's a knock on the door. You see as you presume was to be your father, steps up and goes to the front door, opening it, revealing Master Yanli. He seems to have been traveling. He has, like the garbs of like having gone on a long journey, a backpack and a walking stick. He dusts some snow off his shawl, and they greet each other like old friends before welcoming him in. He sits next to you and looks down at you with the same warm smile you remember every time you've seen your surrogate father since. And for a brief moment, you feel that sense of warmth and happiness sort of spread through you, as the warmth and happiness suddenly disappears, fading as the coolness of the water that rains on you from the shield, which is now incredibly thin, drops onto you. All right. We cut back to our heroes on the surface.
No.
Hatsune is now, up to now, she's been quite stoic in trying to figure out what she's doing, and but now there's like an urgency to her movements. She's worried that they've left it too late already, so she is safely quickly barrels up to where Bo is asleep and just pushes him aside without even really thinking about it. Is rummaging in her backpack, grabs her grappling hook and the rope, and walks back down towards the steps, the bottom of the steps, where she gets as close as she can to the edge of the steps, making a loop with the end of the rope, tying the other end to the grappling hook. She grabs the grappling hook, throws the end of the rope with the loop on it to this is what I'm planning to do, obviously, to Liu, and say, I want you to use the rope to get down the side and plant these charges. We need to go now, otherwise we'll be burying our friend for a different reason.
All right, Liu, you have been given the grappling hook and the line. It is in your hands currently. What do you wish to do?
I was going to hold the grappling hook, so I was going to be his.
Oh, so you've got the grappling hook and he's got just the rope?
I was going to grab the grappling hook, take the mountain stance, and I was going to be his mountain.
You tie it around your body and use the hook on the grapple to just secure that rope around your waist. You take a low stance and you actually place yourself wedged with your foot up against, not one of the rocks from the rock slide, but a rock on the side that's like fixed to the mountain. You kind of brace yourself. Liu, you have the rope. With the other end of the rope handed to you.
Taisho will, seeing that you've done that, Taisho will immediately get behind you and get down as low as he can, because you're a lot shorter than he is, as low as he can, and wrap his arms around your waist to try and add additional stability.
All right. Now, before Liu heads down, I would like to say a very warm and special thank you to Oracle44 for redeeming a group inspiration. Everyone will gain an inspiration, which you may use to get a reroll on any check that you make for the rest of the game today. So, be sure to use them, because these are temporary. So, Liu, rope in hand, and Taicho and Hatsune holding the anchor point. The scene is yours.
Speaking as a player, I figure I've got two options. I can go across the top of the rocks and then sort of lower myself over the side, which is probably safer, but will take longer, and is in some ways what I want to do in the dramatic style is actually to go out to the side and then use the rope to swing back from underneath, Batman Batarang style, to get across the cliff face beneath the bottom edge of the rocks, which I can potentially do faster, but if I miss the grab, will leave me dangling uselessly. I've got no idea what to do.
We could always take it to a poll.
Do we have time?
We have time. It's a
That
2-minute
always
poll.
does that well, yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, so poll. What's the result? Save Kaito. Liu runs across rocks. Or Liu Batman
Swing.
bat swings
It's so
to
exciting.
detonation to bat swings across. There we go. They're done. All right, it's a 2-minute poll. It's up on the thing. You, the audience, are going to decide what our delightful you is going to do. But in those 2 minutes while we wait to poll out our results, Tamaki, the others are ready.
All right.
Well, they're about to be ready. You can see that they are about to move across. What do you do in your preparation for the for being able to explode things?
So I believe I just want to make sure that I am within the 30 feet mark that I'm supposed to be in order
All right,
to make
let's
so
measure it.
I'm kind of
shall we?
looking around the room. I'm kind of looking around the room to see where they're trying to go.
All right.
To be able to like be in range where I can be, and then
Okay, you
as
need
soon
to
as
be.
I hear something.
Yeah, so you need to be up on the rock ledge to.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to be up where the rock ledge is to be in range.
Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to climb up. Then.
All right, make an athletics check.
Ooh, no! I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You may use your inspiration.
Immediately upon getting it.
Oh,
13.
That
not
is
too bad.
that is still a failure. As you try
Oh,
to
no!
climb up,
Ah!
your arms are still numb
Ugh.
from having hung there for 20 minutes. As you try to climb, it is incredibly difficult. But we'll come back to you having another attempt in a little bit. But thankfully, you removed the fumble, so let's keep moving. It looks as though we have our
Dislocating
vote
your arm.
from our lovely audience as to Liu's next action. Thanks to the poll, Liu, you are bat swinging across.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Now, to reiterate what we mean by a bat swing, looking at the map itself. Now, you're going to climb up the top where the ledge is, leap off the cliff, and use that momentum to swing down past the where the detonation line is, and try to grab onto the detonation line before you hit it. Is that correct?
Essentially, yeah. So he's going to move in across the rocks up behind where
Okay.
Hatsune and Taisho are crouched.
Yeah.
And sort of leap off by the top of the stairs and swing around to
Oh, so
Gonna do the
like
total
down this
action hero move.
yeah.
So
way.
cool.
Kind of like that
And it-
way?
Yeah, so he's going to use the lateral momentum to swing up and try and grab onto the sort of the very edge of the cliff face.
All right. Oh, Oracle has given Tamaki a reroll, so Tamaki, you can use that reroll if you would like. And
I
thank you
would.
again, Oracle.
Also.
Oh,
thank
sorry,
you.
no, my apologies. That's a recharge for Liu.
Lou.
That's a recharge for Liu. So Liu, you have
Okay.
inspiration and you have a reroll up
Wow.
against you.
Okay.
Now, here is how I handle bat swings. Now, bat swings are usually pretty simple, right? They're an athletics check. It's a low check to actually swing. However, when it comes to timing and stopping your momentum, those are two separate actions. So, the timing is going to require you to make a perception check in order to figure out precisely when you need to grab. Then you'll need to make an acrobatics check or an athletics check to grab and anchor yourself. So there's two checks involved. Jumping off the cliff is nothing. You don't need to worry about that. That's all good. Okay? So,
All right.
Liu,
Perception check first then.
you leap and you drop immediately. The sensation of falling is terrifying.
Yeah.
As you do so, the rope suddenly goes taut and you begin to move. Taisho and Hatsune, your body strain as the rope suddenly pulls you forward, and your body starts to swing in an arc. As it does so, your feet brush up against several of the bushes down below, and your perception check is enough. You're fairly confident. This rock here is exactly what I need to grab. Make your athletics or acrobatics check. And to be clear, the target number here is 25.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Well, look, we have an
Come
inspiration and reroll.
22. You do not, but you do have an inspiration and a reroll if you want to use it.
I will. I kind of need to make this, I feel, so...
Needs a 15.
Oh, that's higher than I was
Possible.
hoping for.
Mostly because all the rocks are very loose.
Oh.
All right, that's the reroll. You do have your inspiration.
I will use that as well.
All right,
Come
the
on.
inspiration.
Oh,
no!
You reach out and you grab. See, while you see the rock that you need, as you grab, you kind of it's a huge rock, but your hand grabs what looks to be another piece of loose stone, and you start to pull it. Now, here's where things get interesting.
I'll try and just cram the thing in while before I swing back.
Sure, I'm happy for that. Make just a straight dexterity check. This is just to kind of reflex save. Yeah, reflex save. Let's do it that way. So you're just sort of like pulling out a stone, and as you're falling, you're like, ugh! And quickly like kind of trying to toss it in. Hey! All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have. Let me get this up real quick. You have managed to plant one of the bombs. All right, there is
only 4 more to go.
one bomb. Okay, to be honest, if you're getting it to fall here, 3 bombs would suffice. All right. Liu now swings back down over this side, having missed, as you begin to swing back and forth. Kaito,
Swing me!
the shielding around you has now gotten unbearably thin. There is now only a single of what looks to be like a blue goldfish swimming around inside the shell of the fox. It is kind of dripping, and you can see water starting to pour and drip from the form of the fox. All right, Hatsune, Taisho, Liu is dangling.
I'm
Can we swing
getting some of the momentum from having pushed the thing in to swing myself back, but I'm going to call up to the others. Swing me across the face.
Yep.
Basically asking for an aid or whatever the equivalent is on.
Yep.
All right, both of you can make athletics check as you work together to try and swing. Now, here's what I'm going to have happen. Taisho, because you are behind Hatsune, you are going to be the anchor. If you fail, you will slip. Hatsune, you are the athletics check for the swing. If you fail, Liu doesn't make the height to be able to interact with the rocks.
Yep.
And Liu,
Cool.
you'll need to make your athletics check to grab
on this time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh,
geez.
All right.
I'm gonna use the inspiration on that.
All right. You may use inspiration.
Oh, for God's sake!
All right. You begin to.
Oh, I
Slip.
see. That's somewhat better.
Okay, so you begin to slip forward. Hatsune, you as you swing, you manage to get just enough height. So both of you manage to pass through the skin of your chinny chin chins. The DC for that was 17.
Oh.
All right. Lady Colleen has given an insight bonus, which, you know what? Because it was an insight bonus, I will count this as a insight bonus to allow Liu to reroll. As As Liu, you swing upwards, you are about to grab a rock, and you'll wait, maybe this rock would be better. Make another reroll. Make a reroll for your athletics. Here we go.
Come on.
No.
No, God.
It was better.
It was worse. As you grab it, it rips it down, and you can see the rock fall away. Again, you can make a reflex save and try and wedge that charge in as you're falling back down.
Oh. Oh.
The second charge
Oh.
is planted. All right,
Just make reflex saves.
Tamaki, you are. Did you climb?
No, I failed.
Yeah.
I
All right,
failed.
let's get you climbing.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right,
you are
we'll
on the
see.
ground.
Yeah.
Your arms are sore and aching. What do you do?
God, I just kind of I'm gonna stretch a bit, try to get my
Ow.
arms feeling a
Ow.
little better.
Ow.
Yeah,
Ow. All right.
but I gotta tough it out though. I'm gonna try again.
All right. Make an athletics check.
Yeah,
Nice.
22.
No.
Gritting your teeth in pain, you climb up to the top and hang on with only that hole about the size of an eggplant for you to look out over. You can't see anyone.
Okay, I just yell, "Say when!"
You guys
When?
can hear that? You guys can hear that?
Yep.
No one
I'm
says
not responding.
Yep.
Well, no.
All right.
When you'll
you-
get something.
All right, Liu, you swing backwards. Taisho and Hatsune, you can make athletics check to try and swing him back for the third and final charge.
Come on, let's do something better this time.
Yeah, let's do something.
Oh,
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
Bad.
All right, you, Taisho, you pull back on the rope as you re-anchor yourself, and Hatsune, you get a nice, hefty swing.
Yeah.
And this time,
I
Liu,
should-
you reach up and you grab the right thing. You snag on, and you're like, yes! And with that, you put the third charge in.
I can monkey along from here a little further and try and get the fourth.
No,
Actually,
no.
I don't have four, do I?
You-
There's always
okay,
like-
so
yeah,
here's
yeah,
how
I
it
just
works. So here's how it
I
works.
just had 3 bombs.
Hold on, here's how it works. I will allow for a fourth, and here's why. Each bomb represents a 25% chance of success, right? With 3 bombs, there is a 25% chance that this will fail. If you get that 4th bomb in, you will succeed. But you will only get 1 shot at it, as Kaito is at the end of the line.
All right, I will put a hand over hand style. Now that he's actually got a handhold on the cliff face where he wants to be, he's going to try and move across that way.
Alright, so you're just moving across?
Yep.
I believe in the odds of Liu more than I believe the odds in a 3/4 chance.
Alright. The bombs are set.
Oh, I slipped! Ah!
Oh no.
Liu- Oh wait, sorry. So were you
Um,
going for the 4th one?
Yeah.
All right,
it
Liu,
was.
you
Yeah, I was going
fall
for the
and
4th one.
plummet, but with a natural 1, I need you to roll me a percentage.
Oh, am I going to drop it?
Second thought, 3/4 chance sounds like pretty
Oh,
good.
Gotta reroll.
Oracle's coming with a reroll.
Oh.
All right, Oracle has allowed for the reroll. Go for the reroll
On the athletics?
on the
All right.
athletics. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oof. That
At least it wasn't the one.
That doesn't help, but it is not a fumble. As you grab on, you held on tightly, and but you can't quite get to the point where the bomb needs to be placed. You need to choose now. You can
I'm
try
going to try and just jump sideways and slam it into place and then just swing freely back.
All right, make an athletics check. You and I thought exactly the same thing just then. So you got one last shot at this, and you are doing a leap. As you leap,
Come on!
all right,
Oh my.
you throw the bomb, but it does not hit the position it needs to. I need from you a D8 roll.
D8.
Oh no.
gotta hope it needs to be low.
Oh God.
Oh, jeez.
The bomb lands a little further upwards than where you wanted to plant it. You see where it has, but this is your last call as you swing down.
The best I can do. Blow it.
One!
All right,
Blow
Taisho.
it!
Click.
All right.
I will also try and grab, when I swing back to the west, I will try and grab onto something so I don't swing straight back into the top of the rock.
Sure, make an athletics check.
Because that's been going
That's actually
so
quite a good
well.
idea,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be bad. You don't want to be the one buried.
Oh, for God's sake.
Nah, he's dangled.
All right, so we'll come back to this in
Me.
a second. The explosions rock and shake the entire side of the building. Let's
Mountain climbing.
Mountain.
Here we go.
as they do, the rocks begin to shift. Kaito,
Jeez, Tamaki, you have some powerful stuff.
the shield of water fades and your elemental splashes into water. The rocks begin to cave in on top of you, and as they do, I need you, Kaito, to roll me a percentage. Now.
Oh no, you did it to me.
Oh, of course I
I'm the
do.
one-
You get to
Oh.
you're the one who determines if you live or die. Now, there
can't
was
look.
originally
Oh,
now, just to keep in mind there was originally a 25% chance of failure with 3 successful placements of the bomb. With 1 failed bomb placement, you have a 30% chance of failure. If you roll 30 or lower, then you will be caught up in this.
Uh-oh.
You,
I can't
Wow.
look.
Kaito, you have 1 reroll, and I'm gonna say you've only got 1 reroll on this from Oracle 44,
Oh.
who is definitely invested in saving Kaito, which I love, by the way.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Okay, look.
you've got 1 of these. Even
And
if
just be clear.
even if others get redeemed, you will only have 1 reroll. Yes.
He wants to roll high, right?
You want to roll high,
Yeah.
so you want to roll
Yep,
30 or
31 or higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Good luck.
Come on, you got this.
Oh, 33. All right. As the explosions rock and the stones are about to collapse in on you, the rocks begin to move and pour off your person. You are suddenly blinded by light on the other side of this rock wall as it collapses and careens down further along the path. You are away from the explosions, and you can see as the rubble starts to uncover. It's only about maybe like waist high now, like in terms of what debris remains. But you watch as this large, like series of like boulders and rocks suddenly start pouring down the path. You even see some fly into the air, which is where I need Hatsune and Taisho to make me a reflex save. As rocks and
Where
stones
are we?
start to rain down from above.
Oh
really? Oh.
You haven't used your group insight yet, I don't
Yeah, you do
think.
have a group
Yep, that's
inspiration.
true.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh no, I haven't, have I?
Yep.
No, yeah,
You're
I'm
the one
gonna
person
re-roll
who
that.
hasn't used their reroll
Yep.
so far.
Taisho, you're good, but Hatsune, yeah, you can use your reroll.
Yep, thank you.
Nice.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Oracle's rerolls have saved this group. So many times. All right.
Thank
so
you, Oracle.
As the rocks fall in your direction, you manage to hang on. Liu, however, is not so lucky. As Liu's reaching grasp heads down, he heads towards the rock slide. Now, you've got 2 rerolls here, Rick. You may choose where you want to use them. You can choose to use 1, 2. Actually, no. If you got 2, let's do 1 on each. All right. So let's start with
Got
you
another
grabbing onto the
reroll in
wall.
there.
You try to grab onto the wall again. Roll your athletics check as you swung and try to grab onto a ledge.
Desmond did another reroll too, so.
Yeah. All right. That does not help. All right. Your
I
next
don't
one.
know
Oh,
what
and
this
Lady
is,
Colleen.
And Lady
like,
Kali, jeez, guys,
Everyone's
they all
gonna
want
be-
us to live.
everyone wants you to live. I love that, by the way. Can I just say this is one of the reasons why I love doing the audience participation, because it shows how much you guys love these dudes. And
Yeah, I appreciate that.
it's awesome. It's awesome. It's
You
so-
guys
it's so
are
humbling.
awesome.
As the
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
As Liu, you don't manage to grab onto the ledge, but you do swing towards the rock slide that's incoming. I'm going to give you two choices here. You can attempt to climb the rope, or you can attempt to dodge the rock slide midair.
I'm going to
Is your
attempt
drug-
to dance. I'm going to dance off the rocks.
All
That's
right.
absolutely all you can do.
Okay, what I need from you is I need an acrobatics check as you swing into the path of the rocks that are now tumbling past you. To survive, you need 3 successful checks.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
That is 1 success. As you dodge these large rocks, you begin to spin. Taisho and Hatsune, you see the rope starting to twist itself. Yep, second check.
Just getting worried about this.
Just drunkenly dodge all of them. You got this.
Oh.
That does not dodge as they come towards you, but you do have one
has
of
a
2
reroll.
rerolls that you may dip into.
Do that because I don't want to get hit on the head by a boulder.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That is unfortunate. All right.
Okay.
Very well. Those are the 2 rerolls gone as you managed to deftly dodge what looked to be a boulder that was going to crush you. It was so wide that you knew it was going to hit you, but rather than trying to get out the way, you allowed it to strike you, but then started to roll as it moved past you. You are going to take some damage, but not as much as you should. That is 4 damage that Lou takes as he takes the softened blow. Last check.
Come on. Swing clear, swing clear, swing clear, swing clear, swing clear.
And with that, you run onto the top of the remaining bits of rock slide, and your feet are moving forward, but you're not actually making any progress as the rocks are tumbling past you. As you stagger forward, you land safely at the top of the stairs in the kind of waist-high rubble that remains. As you are out of breath, weary, but survived.
Oh.
You okay? You okay? You okay? Taisha just comes dashing down towards you, trying to see if you're alright.
Stay there. Stay off the rocks. Leo will just sort of crouch down where he is.
Tamaki's arms give way. He falls.
Yeah, I forgot that.
So can we see Kaito
you're
now?
muted again, Michael.
All right. So Kaito sits up, scarcely believing where he is. His leg definitely twisted and broken from the rock slide. Liu, you're probably closest and can see that, again, blood pouring down his face, his fur otherwise white, stained slightly red. Kaito, you also see Liu. You can kind of see, like, he's out of breath, he's tired. There's, like, kind of like a small crack in his beak from when he, like, headbutted the boulder from earlier on. You can see rope burns on both Taisho and Hatsune's hands from holding and supporting the rope that Liu was on. There's a moment of just silence, relief, and appreciation as you breathe. Like, just it almost feels like you are holding your breath for the last hour.
Oh, I kind of have then. So
Very true.
I can relate.
And as you see the just that sigh of absolute utter relief, you notice something. The fissure, the cave entrance, is now wide open. As the explosion, or specifically the explosion that happened from the one bomb that was a little bit too far away, caused the rocks to be unstable the rocks that Tamaki was holding on to.
Uh-oh.
And you watch and you see the cave entrance now wide open. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where we'll come back next week.
No, you what happened? No! I gotta spend another week waiting to see what happens to me.
That's true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you guys had a blast. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start with an apology, because I love like environmental encounters, right? Like man versus nature, or like that kind of like old tale has always been like really fascinating to me. So in a situation where the heroes have to come up against something that's not something you can hate or bargain with or reason with, it's stone, it's rock, it's the mountain, is always a absolutely wonderful experience. And I want to thank Kaito, the player, and Sean for being so patient and so accepting and wonderful of the fact that.
No, I was totally into that the entire time. Like it was like a movie,
which is amazing. So I want to thank you, because it obviously when you come to a D&D game, you want to play, you want to be there, you want to interact. That's why it was important for me to have that moment of like, where do you want to be in your last moments? Because I think, and this goes to everyone, if you ever run a game like this where you feel or a person has to sit out for a length of time, put in the effort. Make sure that they feel as though they're still there. Do a little something, even if it's just for them. Because that was good. Because we're gonna do quick memorable moments, but I wanted to say, I appreciate that. That's one of my memorable moments, is that you are a wonderful player who accepted that and what I was doing with my game, and we also got to have that really touching scene inside of Kaito's, and really inside of Kaito's heart more than anything else. So that's my memorable moment, and I want to thank Sean for being a wonderful player for that. Yeah.
No problem.
All right, memorable moments. Let's hear it. Now, audience, if you want to put your memorable moments into chat, we'll read them out at the very, very end. In the meantime, however, Hatsune, memorable moment.
Oh my goodness. It's gotta be Lou flying across that cliff face.
So epic. That was, not gonna lie, that was very cool.
Fat bird.
That and the cutscene of Kaito's possible last moment.
Oh yeah, I also love how Hatsune changed as soon as that scene happened as well. Like, I feel like there was a moment of like, okay, things are happening right now. We need to go. That was
notice
that was very cool. Very, very cool. Liu, memorable moment, please.
I'm gonna have to be a bit selfish and say the cliff dancing. That was cool.
It
would have been lovely to pass a few more of those athletics checks and not make it quite so nerve-wracking, but I think it played out well in the end.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was very nerve-wracking, and a thank you again to our lovely audience members who came out and were basically like just keeping my group alive, well, happy, doing awesome stuff. That was so cool. So thank you so much. Kaito, memorable moment.
It's kind of hard to say because the whole thing just was kind of packaged together as this one big moment. But yeah, I do just love the suspense. Like, and you'd like it'll occasionally cut back to Kaito, and it's like, oh, like this is how much like energy it has. Your familiar has left. Then cut back to like everyone's still struggling. It's like, oh gosh, it literally felt like it was like suspense TV show or something like that. Like, it was cool.
Nice.
And yeah, I legitimately was like holding my breath for some of those moments.
Awesome. That's great. And like some people were saying like the players started whispering, and that's always when you're really in a good zone there. So yeah, that was cool. Taisho.
I'm with Sean here. It just felt like just one massive awesome moment the entire session. If I had to pick, then it would be Liu just doing his massive awesome Batman moments. I'm kind of curious though, is that the first time that Liu has actually flown? Or has he done sort of things like that before?
In a sense, yes. In mechanical terms, he has the dancing leaf and quick jump or quick leap feats. So he's good at fast bounding movement. But what he's just attempted, particularly the dodging through the falling rocks, in my head, it's like a master level sort of air temple Tengu discipline, and he almost made it. Like he almost but for being, he got clipped by that rock, and he almost made it. And so at the end there, he's kind of crouching down, going, firstly, I'm alive, and secondly, maybe I'm not as bad as I think I am.
That's
Did
so
I
cool.
do that?
Maybe I could do well when sober. No, I can't.
That's Tamaki.
And also,
sorry. Go on. Keep going.
Well, I was just going to say that also this is possibly the first time that there's been any emotion shown from Taisho towards any of the party, any of the company, except just dismissal. Yeah, except just sort of dismissal or contempt.
Yeah, it was actual worry in his voice,
which is cool. Which is very cool. Tamaki.
I gotta say, my favorite moment was actually when Kaito was talking with his spirit familiar. It's like only one other one of us has a spirit familiar, or not like a spirit familiar, but like a spirit. So hearing the conversation between a person and the spirit, that was nice, because I keep forgetting that some of us have a spirit with us. So I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that was very cute as well. That was very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the stream. So thank you, everyone. Thank you again to my wonderful players. Thank you to my wonderful audience. Guys, if you want to check me out later on in 6 hours, I'm going to be back. I'm back here for our premiere episode of Sirens and Silver, our pirate adventure, which is done with some amazing folks, including the dreaded GM, Robert Hartley GM, Janet from World Anvil, and of course, a new friend, the Grey Gentleman, a professional comedian and performer from America, which is going to come and join us in our pirate adventure. So if you like pirates, and if you like a non-human crew of scallywags, then yeah, come check that out, because that's going to be a lot of fun. Then Saturday I'll be on Tales of Pesha's channel, finishing off our two-parter for I think it was called Into the Frostfell, and that'll be a lot of fun, where I play Cass O'Weary, a headbutting monk who is just a jerk. He's just and if you get the reference, you'll get it. So there you go. Yes, no, we be talking pirates later. All right, so anyway, we are going to go and raid our dear friends, Hops and Dragons. Now, guys, I did a interview with Hops and Dragons. There's a absolutely fun group of guys. So definitely be sure to go and give them some love, give them support, throw in all of the heart emotes. If you are one of the wonderful subscribers of my channel, we have our Unleashing of the Horde. So please unleash the Horde. We ultimately just want them not to be able to read chat for a little while. So if you want to participate in that, we'll see you over there. I feel like I had something else, but I've completely forgotten it, but that's okay. Oh, right. Fool's Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished up our Fool's Gold campaign. It was a one-shot that became a three-shot. I don't know. It's the thing. But it's on my channel, so if you want to go check the VODs, check the Twitch VODs, because it will only be there for a limited time if you want to watch some amazing performers playing in the world of Dingo Doodle's Bellowing Wild. So, yay! All right, we're leaving now. Farewell, and as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone!
Bye. Thank you for saving me.
Thank you.